welcome again to the actual Lone Wolf Garage, and today I am looking at my rear brakes on Michelle. On the way home from work the other day, I went to go engage my rear brakes and it was just mush. I decided that I was actually going to wait until I got home to check them out because my front brake was actually working properly. I didn't really want to sit on the side of the road if I didn't have to. And I found this. The brake pad pin is MIA. There's only one brake pad left. Guess they rattled out somewhere. Alright, so the first thing I was taught to do is keep one pad in there and use that to push up against with a screwdriver so that you can get the caliper piston to actually go back in as much as possible so that you can get the new pads in there. The reason why you want to keep a pad in there is so you're not doing it up directly against the actual rotor. You don't want to damage the rotor at all. Spraying everything with some brake cleaner beforehand, especially that piston, is a smart idea, and I did not actually record myself doing that because I'm a dumbass. You want to get everything as clean as possible. So after a little bit of a snafu at my local independent motorcycle retailer, I had to go out to Mike's famous Harley Davidson in New London, Connecticut to pick up an actual set of rear brake pads instead of the front brake pads that the independent shop ordered for me, and then I took home far too quickly without inspecting them because I was anxious and excited to get home and fix my brakes. Gotta make sure you grease everything properly, specifically any places where metal is touching metal. And on these guys, there really are only two contact points. This part and where the pin goes through. I happen to like using some high heat grease. Just dip that guy in there. Don't get any on the pad because you don't want that getting on the rotor. And the really cool thing about these Sportster brakes, as long as you're careful, you can just slide right down the side and get at the seat. That's it. It's where it needs to be. And then just do the other side. And here's the other one. And there it is, right into place. No fuss, no muss. Other than everything else I went through, losing them. Make sure you grease that brake pad pin too. Now we've got the brake pad pin all greased up and in there all proper like. We're going to give her a few turns in with our Allen wrench. There is a secondary measure holding the brake pad pin in place, and it's this little plug here that you take off with a flathead screwdriver. Mine was missing, so I picked one of these up at the dealers as well. For all intent and purposes, I am going to put Loctite on this later after I've tested the bike. I don't want to put Loctite on now and then go for a short ride and find out I had an issue and then it's annoying to get out. I'd rather just come home, take it out, Loctite it, put it back in. Nice and easy. Get it right in there. All nice and tight like. There is probably some specific torque spec, but I'm not going to bother with that. And now, to go see if we can stop. Alright, here's the test. I just did the rear brakes after literally losing one of my brake pads out on a ride and the brake pad pin. I have since replaced those this very evening, and we are coming up to our first stop sign. Look at that. We stopped. Might need some adjusting. Ooh, just locked it up. Well, the rear certainly works real well.
I actually might need to put some new pads up front. Luckily, I bought those too because, well, there was a mishap, as I stated earlier, where the local bike shop, I won't name them, because I actually do like the people that work there. They're just not always completely on the ball, and they ordered me front brake pads when I would in fact needed the rear. But maybe it was serendipitous, because I might actually need front brake pads. Might be a good idea to put those in there and just say, you know what, I spent the money already, let's just do it. Alright, now I'm gonna head home and finish up this little video.